On this week's episode of Beer 30, join me and my good friend Mark Addison Chandler.
Welcome to Beer 30, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Man,
It's never too late, it's never too early, it's always half past, time to be thirsty. Beer 30.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Beer 30. I'm going to kick this week's episode off with one of my favorite Hank Jr. songs, All My Rowdy Friends, because let's face it, y'all are my rowdy friends. Y'all, let's get it. Come on, boys. Friends are coming over tonight. Still wanna try? Do you wanna party? Well, honey, this is old high. Ready to get the summertime started. We cooked the pig in the ground, got some beer on ice, and all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Out in the woods, it's a long, long way from here to Hollywood. I got some natural queens out on the floor, and old Miss Tennessee just walked through the door. Got a little wood pool just made for 10. You can jump out and you can jump in. You can do anything that you want to do, but oh, don't you step on my cowboy boots. Do you want to try? The summertime started. The pig in the ground got some beer on ice, and all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. So do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Honey, this is rock and ramble, Hank. Ready to get the summertime started. I'll see y'all over on the couch with my good buddy Mark Addison Chandler.
Beer 30.
Oh, I think I will have me a cold one.
Hey, y'all, Adam Warner here. This week on Beer 30, I got my good buddy, Mark Addison Chandler, with me. Mark,
Cheers,
welcome to
buddy.
Beer 30, brother.
Thanks for having me,
Man, honor for you to be here with me
Well,
today.
thank you, man.
Mark and I, during this COVID, we have done writers' retreats and writing together, making songs together. Y'all, I like to brag on Mark a little bit because I've written with a lot of people in Nashville. And dude, by far, you're one of my favorite people to write with.
Oh, thank you,
I
man.
dig it. The vibe is
I enjoy
always
writing
good.
with you too, man.
I appreciate it, man. The vibe is always good, and more importantly, the song quality is always. You always make people work for it, and that's what I like. You don't give up on a song.
Let's drink to that, dude. Come on.
I enjoy it.
Working for it.
Absolutely.
Where do you think we got that?
Dude.
Was it from our upbringing, or was it from the military? Or
Might have been a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Might have a little bit. I like to brag about Mark, man, because I tell you, I don't meet very many veterans in the industry, meaning like people that have served our country. Mark is one of them, and he was on the dark side. He was an officer, so I don't hold that against him. But he's been in charge and led a lot of troops. And man, thank you for first of all, thank you for your sacrifice and serving our country.
You too, brother.
Thank you, man. It means a lot to me. But dude, like in this time, like how have you been other than writing songs? I know you've been super busy. You got a bunch of cuts coming out.
Yeah, man. Just I mean, COVID's been weird. Obviously, there for the first 5 weeks or so, just kind of the world shut down. But after a while, like aside from playing shows and going out to bars, my life really hasn't changed that much. Like you had Josh on here last week, and he and I still hang out all the time and write as much as we were prior to. You and I are writing a lot, even actually more now through COVID. So, like all my friends that I was already kind of writing with a lot. I mean, they seem to kind of like they're not like advertising it as much, but we're all safely doing our thing. You know?
That's great to hear, man. I mean, having some sort of normalcy, and I mean, it's you got to keep going. I mean, you can't let it completely change our lifestyles. Even though I know you got to be safe and careful out there for everybody, but at the same time, it's good to hear that y'all are still doing your thing because I love the stuff that you guys put together. I mean, I heard the stuff you did with Dan Smalley, and dude, like those are just monster songs that you've been putting out. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, and so actually, my friend Barrett Baber started like a little podcast during this, and he asked everybody what the kind of like what the blessing of COVID has been for them. And then as I thought about that question, I was like, man, this is the blessing of COVID. Like we're all trying to figure out like we're doing music, you know, and we're going to do music whether there's a pandemic or whether it's what. So it's like we're all having to figure out how to do music at the, you know, and so cool things like this podcast.
Yeah, man, I agree. Like
shows
we would never be able to do something like this otherwise. It would be if we, you know, hitting the road, pounding the road, writes, shows on the weekends, writes during the week, and it's like you never get a chance to sit down and actually just hang out, drink some beers, and play some songs with your friends, and that's what this is kind of all about. And I'm just glad that you can be a part of it because, you know, just like Josh, Mark and I do beer real well.
We do.
Every time we write together, there's a good chance that multiple of these get put down.
Are we gonna have more than one today?
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, cool. Well, we better get on it.
Absolutely, bro. So, getting into this, I know you real well. I know your backstory, but for the people that don't, let everybody know where you're from, a little bit about how you transitioned to Nashville and what brought you here.
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. My dad is a Southern gospel singer, or was. He still dabbles in it now. So, I mean, I was singing from, you know, the time I was 4 in church and stuff like that. And he was also in the Army for a couple years back during the Vietnam era, like 68, 69. So, like, those were the two things that, from him, that I think I got. And in trying not to be like my dad, although my dad is a great person to be like, I ended up going into the Army. Instead of just doing it for 2 years, I did it for 20.
Nice.
And then instead of just doing music in the gospel variety, I still do that, but I chased the country dream after the Army. So I've been here for the last 5 years. And, you know, I've put out, I guess, I just put out 6 singles. I've got another one coming out next week. So that'll be, you know, since I got to Nashville, seven singles in 5 years.
That's awesome.
Really started, I kind of honed the craft for the first 3 years, 4 years. And the last couple years, though, been averaging about a song every 3 or 4 months.
Did you write and play when you were in the Army as well, or was that more just strictly business?
So I started. I mean, I've always picked up the guitar, and shortly after, started trying to create something. I don't know if it's just the way I'm geared. I got a guitar when I was 17 because I thought I might graduate high school and either go to college or maybe come to Nashville. So I played for about a year, kind of self-taught, and then I ended up going to college, flunking out, joining the Army for the college money, and then they ended up sending me to West Point. Don't even ask me that story.
Oh, man, that's great.
But anyway, so I played a little bit up at West Point, like my senior year. I picked the guitar up after I broke up with my fiance at the time that I had been dating the whole time, which I think which is kind of my story. It's like, I tend to, when I go through something like, you know, a breakup or whatever, I turn to music. So I picked the guitar up. I pinned a couple of shitty songs back then. And then after I graduated, went to the infantry ranger school. 9/11. Life kind of took over,
Right, absolutely.
And then, so I didn't really play all that much in the Army. But then, when I knew that I was getting out, it was coming to an end around 2013-ish. I could see the end. I was in Afghanistan, and I remember looking across the desk at this Department of State guy, and he had a guitar leaned up in the corner, and I just looked at it long enough, and after a while, it'd be 2 a.m., and I'd be in the talk all by myself or whatever, and I'd pick it up, and I started screwing around with little chords and stuff, and then I made a commitment to myself on that deployment in 2013 that I was like, when I get back to the States, I'm going to go 1 year without TV and internet, and I'm just going to see, I still had a smartphone, so I could go to the bar and use their Wi-Fi or whatever, but I was like, I want to see what I replaced the time with.
Yeah.
And so I played a lot. And when I started playing, I had started writing a little bit, journaling for divorce and war and that kind of stuff. And then they started falling out in songs. And then I was like, what the hell, man? Let's do this. And then moved to Nashville right after I got out of the Army pretty much in 2015.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, Mark and I, we met at a Riders Round in Nashville. And he introduced himself to me. And then literally, I think we scheduled a ride 2 weeks later. We get together. And I had an idea for a song that I got while sitting in church, and Mark had started writing a song. I think you said it was at your dad's house one day.
Yeah, it was actually about a year earlier, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't even remember what the song was. I remember the verse. I loved the verse.
Man, the verse, yeah.
It was this verse, and we were sitting there, and we didn't throw any ideas out, and I was like, man, I don't know. I haven't thrown this out to anybody, but I got this, your vibe and my vibe are kind of similar. I started this verse and chorus. I love the verse. I don't know about the chorus. And Adam was like, man, I love this verse. And he's like, and it might fit with this idea that I have, someone God could use. And we used that exact verse, and then we wrote
the rest of the song. And that was one of those songs, man, and I'll touch base on that a little later, but it was so crazy how all that came together because we wrote the song. And I was going to the studio the next day to record a song for this album that I'm getting ready to put out. And I played just the work tape that we recorded on my cell phone for my producer. And he looked at me and said, that's the song we're cutting today. And I said, seriously? And he's like, yeah, that's the song we're cutting today. And then no BS, I think it was 10 days later we get a call, and it was CMA week. And we did Sunday Morning Country at the Grand Ole Opry House. And the first time, granted, it was not a Grand Ole Opry show, but the first time for me playing at the Grand Ole Opry House was the song that me and you wrote together.
Yeah.
Someone God
still
can
counts,
use, so.
Dude.
Still counts. I count it. Absolutely.
I think the Opry is still the Opry on a Sunday morning.
Absolutely. The circle is the same.
Yeah. I mean, there's still the ghosts of Hank and everybody else in it.
He told me. He said that's what he told me when I was there. But that was a special moment, man. And I'll never forget that. I'm glad that God put you in my life.
Oh,
but,
dude, likewise. Well, let's drink to that.
Absolutely.
God
I like
putting
drinking.
us in each other's
That's
lives,
right.
man.
Hell yeah, man. But outside of this crazy rat race in Nashville, this country music, just music in general, because I know you write across all aspects as far as country, on the pop side of things too. But besides music, what are you doing to clear your head? What do you enjoy besides? What are your hobbies? What does Mark Addison Chandler do? Are you an astronaut?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a hobby astronaut.
I remember you telling me that.
I'm in negotiations with Elon Musk, and he just can't afford me.
Great
you know
guy.
what I'm saying? He just cannot afford me.
Yeah.
No, I know it sounds fun. I'm not my brand is not over the top redneck, but honestly, just redneck and being outside and doing. And I say redneck and it's a bad thing. Really, it's a funny thing, but it's just being outside and doing country stuff.
Doing redneck shit with my friends.
Exactly, dude. I was raised on the outskirts of a town that Greensboro, North Carolina. My high school class was 144 out in the country in Gibsonville, North Carolina, and we did all that same stuff that you and Josh were talking last episode about. In a 4,000 person town or a 2,000 person town, I went to a school that was, it was in between two big towns, but there were small towns in the middle, and it was the same way of life. It was so all the way back from four-wheeling and, hanging out in the country, fishing, love to fish.
And we still need to go fishing.
Hunting a little bit. Yeah, I did. I apologize. So
all right. Yeah.
I'll dime myself out. I was
supposed to take Mark fishing, and he got drunk the day before and did not wake up on time.
Well, it didn't go down exactly like that. That's all factual.
That is facts.
But I did know that I was going to get drunk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because it was my birthday.
That's true.
And these guys were taking me out on the boat, and they immediately were like, "Hey, do these shots." And I'm like, "Bro, I got to go fishing in the morning at 6." They're like, "You ain't going fishing in the morning at 6. We're gonna hold you down and inject this into you." So I called. I was like, "Okay, give me a second while I'm still lucid, and let me call my commitment for tomorrow morning and be like, hey, dude, want to go fishing, but I'm not going to make it because I'm probably going to be." They tell me it's going to be my birthday.
Yeah,
and it may or may not have been my birthday. I don't know.
Can't remember.
But, so we do need to go fishing.
Yeah, absolutely. It will go. We'll go.
Yeah.
But, man, that's awesome. And that's the one thing, too, that I think is so special about what we do in country music is that you can have people from a town of 4,000 or 500 and schools of 70 kids, all the way up to people in New York City where there's millions of people stacked on top of each other. But the music and the lyrics still resonate. Like, they can still feel it. They still understand, like, what the point we're trying to get across or that type of living. I feel like everybody's got a little redneck in them. Trademarked by Adam Warner, can't use it.
Okay.
Nah,
all right.
Everybody's got a little redneck in them. That might be a new song I'm writing. I just trademarked it. It's there, so you can't steal that idea. But
notice I didn't say I didn't jump on that one.
Yeah, you going to though.
You probably write down with Josh.
All right. That's pretty good. I like that. But I do want to hear. I want to hear some music, man. What songs are you gonna be playing for us today?
This first one I'll do. I released a song back in I guess it was July. Now I released a song, "Better Than."
Oh man, I love that one.
It's doing really really well for me on Spotify and all the platforms. So. How about I do that one first?
Absolutely. Who'd you write Better Than with?
I actually wrote it with my producer, Chris Raffetto.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, y'all, we're going to switch to the stage real quick. This is Mark Addison Chandler with Better Than.
Should've known better than fool around with a fool like me, 'cause I was no better than nobody else, no guarantee I would ever grow up enough to fill these boots. Could have been fate or just dumb luck, but thank God she knew I was better than what you see at a first glance, better than a boy with a skull can, Peter Pan with small town dreams, a gentleman way down deep. Green eyes saw the best of the old me. In her mind, all I needed was some TLC. Yeah, you're looking at the living proof, man. Boys can be better than. Staying in's much better than getting lit on a Tuesday night, 'cause her lips taste better than any beer under neon light. Her love is one of a kind, heaven sent and meant to find mine. Better than what you see at a first glance, better than a boy with a skull can, Peter Pan with small town dreams, a gentleman way down deep. Green eyes saw the best of the old me. All I needed was some TLC. Yeah, you're looking at the living proof, man. Boys can be better than. Boys can be better than. Waking up is better than. Sunsets are better than. Ever since she took my hand. Better than a boy with a skull can, Peter Pan with way down deep. Green eyes saw the best of the old me. In her mind, all I needed was some TLC. Yeah, you're looking at the living proof, man. Boy, it can be better than. Every boy can be better than.
Beer 30.
Oh, I think I will have me a cold one.
Hey, y'all, Adam Warner here, back with my buddy Mark Addison Chandler. It's Beer 30.
It is.
Dude, great song.
Thank
as
you.
always. You always kill it, man. I
Thank you, brother.
love your music. It's always a good message behind it and just powerful lyrics. And that's what, for me, I think that's what songwriting is all about. And I want to transition into that by saying, I love this question for songwriters is, if there was anybody you could write with, dead or alive, today, who would it be?
Whew. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm going to go outside the box a little bit here.
Absolutely.
Like, I actually listen. I mean, that's a crazy question because you could go all the way from Jesus. You
Yeah.
could go to Prince. You could go to all these people. But let's just say, like, what could actually happen. And
Right.
It still could never happen because this guy's, like, way out of my league. But honestly, man, I like sometimes I sit around in the evenings and I listen to, like, pop music.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, I like it's good exercise for me. I love Ed Sheeran has got some really cool there's a song that I've been turned on to recently that he duetted with Yeba. This girl Yeba, and I think it's called "The Best of Me." But just that imagery in that, like he talks about.
Oh,
like,
dude, he's a monster.
My skin is faded but inked. Like, it's just like this back and forth thing, like I'm this but that. And then it's just really good. Like, it's the same kind of imagery we use for country music.
Absolutely. And I love asking that question because somebody asked me that question. And I was the same way. I went completely outside the box. And I don't know why I answered this. I do because I think he would just be a great hang for the most part.
Yeah.
But I would love to write a song with Post Malone.
Okay, from a hang perspective.
Yeah, from a hang perspective. All
right, from a hang perspective.
He likes Bud Lights. I'm real good at drinking Bud. Like you said, I've never drank a beer that I didn't like. But I don't know. I mean, the dude's pretty clever. He's creative, man, and I think it would be a wild.
Okay, from a strictly hang perspective.
Okay.
From a hang perspective, I'm gonna say Ted Nugent.
Oh yeah,
because I'm
Ted
sure
great.
I'm sure that would be a day.
Oh my god,
I'd have to get helicoptered into his thing.
Yes.
We would shoot some shit. We'd blow some shit up.
Absolutely,
we'd eat some stuff.
Yeah,
he would probably I'd definitely feel more American when I left.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
we should set up a four-way ride with me, you, Ted Nugent, and Post Malone.
Yeah,
that'd be
absolutely.
the best.
And Ed Sheeran can just
join.
He can just write the melodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we could get maybe we could get Sir Khalid a lot or whatever his name is, or one of them guys on the tracks or something, we'd be good, dude.
That would be the most wild song of all time.
It would be.
That's great.
I would, yeah.
So, all right, we got that down. Let's talk about. I did this with Josh too, and I'm gonna do this with all my other people that I bring on here. And I love this is what has been up to this point in your music career, because I know you've written songs with some unbelievable talented artists. You've had songs cut by great artists, and then I mean, I got my first cut with Mark.
That's right.
Yeah.
So before Better Than, the song before Better Than that we did. Well, actually, we got the two cuts together.
Yeah.
I recorded a song that Adam and I wrote together.
Yep.
Hell, I should have played that. That my single before Better Than is called "Wishing for a Woman," and I wrote that with you.
Yeah.
And then we also wrote "Drinking Buddy."
Yep, that just got cut by John Snyder. We wrote that with our buddy Keith Burns.
Oh,
Trick
Bo, dude.
Pony. That's right. But up to this point, I had that beer burp in there. I don't know if you noticed that. But
smelled it.
It smelled good. It's like turkey.
Yeah.
But up to this point in your career, I mean, I know you've done a lot, but what has been your like, oh shit, I can't believe I'm doing this, like your holy shit moment? What has that been?
Okay, so at the time I didn't. So when I was up at West Point, this was all I did music. I've done music. I've always sung, sang throughout my whole life. And when I was at West Point, I actually was in the Glee Club up there.
Nice.
Basically, I did that so I could get out of drill.
Yeah.
Because if
Drill
you didn't, you
sucks.
had to put on your uniform and,
Oh, dude,
and
drill.
do that.
I was an eighth and ninth.
So
for
I had an
2
acapella
years.
group, you know, snapping and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
There's 4 of us. I sang for 3 presidents in
No
that
way.
acapella group, yeah.
That's cool.
In the Glee Club. And as a freshman up there, I sang a solo. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy,
Yeah.
a Yankee Doodle do or die. At the halftime of the Army-Navy game.
No
on
way.
national TV.
Dude.
70, 80,000 people in the stands. And like my little high and tight, you know, I was slimmer.
Looking-
I was
looking
slimmer
fresh.
back then, and apparently that was, that was that. And then fast forward 4 years in the vest, I was at the Army Navy game. I fell out of the stands.
Oh,
So
I
if
see.
y'all want to go Google YouTube for my head as I fell out of the stands, and
He was,
you know that
he was
whole
drinking,
like
I
ordeal,
guarantee
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, maybe, perhaps.
Perhaps. That's awesome, man. But all right, so here's another. This is a shot out of a cannon.
Okay.
If there is a song on the radio that you've heard recently where you're like, damn, I should have wrote that. Because I do that all the time. Like, I had a song, a title of a song, and then like 2 months later, the damn song is recorded and someone beat me to the hook. So I know you've got one out there.
Well, there's two. There's I'm going to say 2, but I'm going to narrow it down to 1. But I'm also going to
Yeah.
give an honorable mention.
Yeah.
And neither one of these are on the radio now, but I think one was the one, like from a great song perspective.
Yeah.
Ray Lynn put a song out called Love Triangle like 2 years ago. That song is awesome, dude. I'm a single dad, right?
Yeah.
And that song just hits me in the gut, dude.
It's a great one.
I mean, it's a great idea. It is executed perfectly from the girl's perspective. That's
Yeah.
one. But honestly, the one that and this is just me kind of being vulnerable here, but sometimes maybe I'll put this song on repeat and pull out the scotch or something, and while I'm feeling
Heard it.
a little lonely sometimes. Man, Break Up in the End by Coastal and Dell.
No
what
way.
a badass song.
Yeah.
dude. That song is so good. I wish I had written that. And
That's awesome, man. That's a great song, too.
That's a great song.
Good picks.
Yeah.
Good picks. All right, man. So for our last song that you're going to be playing for us today, this is a single that's about to drop.
Yeah, this song's called I Can Tell, and it drops this Friday, man. So y'all can go pre-save it. You can go to my Instagram, Facebook, whatever. We got links up there for you to pre-save it, pre-order it. That helps big time.
What are the links real quick, just in case?
You can find me on Instagram at Mark Addison Chandler. Facebook, I guess the same thing, Mark Addison Chandler. I think I have a Twitter still if they haven't kicked me off for inactivity.
There you go.
I can't have offended anybody on Twitter because I haven't been on it.
He doesn't play with his Twitter much.
But no comment. So those links are there, man. But
That's
yeah,
awesome,
I'm excited about this song. It's been one of my favorite songs. I mean, I wrote it a long time ago, about 4.5 years ago. But
Dang, I didn't realize that.
yeah, I've just been playing it out forever. This is actually the 3rd time I recorded it, but I finally got it right. I was like, man, we need to quit trying to make it commercial and just do it the way I do it.
Absolutely, man.
So I'm super stoked about it. It'll be out Friday. It's called I Can Tell.
All right, y'all. This Friday, make sure y'all go pick up my buddy Mark Addison Chandler's new single, I Can Tell. He's played this song out with me a few different times. This thing is, man, it hits me in the heart every time you play it. This is a great song. I'm going to go switch it to the stage. Y'all check this out real quick.
She's had a good day with a skip in her step and a peace on her face. And I can tell she's had a hard day with the weight of the world on her shoulder blades. It's in the way she holds his hand, it's in the way she looks at him, she's killing time. I can tell that girl is mine. I know her so damn well. And she don't love him, she don't love him, I can tell. she's trying to change. The girl I knew ain't about fitting in, and I can tell she ain't happy. I know her life, and I know what's missing. It's in the way she holds his hand, it's in the way she looks at him. She's killing time. I can tell that girl was mine. I know her so damn well. And she don't love him, she don't love him, I can tell. I've memorized the way she walks, her mama's birthday, her sister's flaws, what broke her heart in two. I can tell you that girl was mine. I know her so damn well. I know when she's in love, and I'm sure as hell that she don't love him, she don't love him, I can tell. No, she don't love him, she don't love him, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell.
Beer 30. Oh, I think I will have me a cold one. Hey, y'all, it's Adam Warner again here on Beer 30 with my good friend Mark Addison Chandler. Dude, I can tell.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Hey, man, I love
Thank you.
that song.
Yeah, that's my favorite, dude. So far, I think that's, I don't know, there's just so much emotion in that.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
ain't
don't
kidding,
know, like,
man. I love
yeah,
that.
it just feels.
That's fun. And I was going to bring this up earlier, and I completely forgot. But so the whole thing, the whole reason that Beer 30 started is I brought this idea. I wanted to do this to bring live music to everybody since we can't tour. I was telling Mark about it, and the theme song for Beer 30 was actually written on a writer's retreat with me, Mark, and our friend Trick Savage. I told the guys the idea of the song, and it was literally one of those songs that was, I mean, it was done in an hour. I mean,
Yeah, so we were driving up there, and he
Yeah.
was telling me about this concept for this show, you know, and I was like, "What, Beer 30? Do you have a theme song? Do you have a jingle?" And he's
Right.
like, "No, we need one." I was like, "Well, then let's write
Joker.
that on this thing." You
Yeah.
know? And we kind of like, as we were driving up the mountain in East Tennessee, we were just, I still think I have the little just thing on my thumb.
Yeah, on
like,
your
what about
phone,
this?
you were
What about
sitting
this?
there,
What
yeah.
about that? And then I think it was the last day we were leaving, and
yeah.
you were like, man, we still haven't written that tune. And I was
Me
like,
too.
cool. And interestingly enough, I was like, it needs to have like it needs to feel like a jingle.
Yeah.
And Trick was like, man, I wrote jingles for like 25 years.
It was
That's
the
how I made
perfect
my
storm.
living. Yeah.
It really was.
So it was good.
Man, that's such a cool retreat. I got to give a shout out to my good friend Phyllis Williams. That's Kim Williams' widow. Kim was one of my favorite songwriters of all times. If y'all like 90s country like I like 90s country, I guarantee
Yeah,
you,
man.
you've listened to many of his number ones, from Garth Brooks to Reba to, I mean, you name it, George Strait songs, Randy Travis. I mean, he's got a ton of them. Garth.
Papa Love Mama.
Papa Love Mama.
18 million records on that one.
I mean,
That-
come on.
No fences, dude.
Come on, 18
Like,
million.
Yeah, so we wrote Beer 30 along with, like, I think we wrote 5 on that retreat
Yeah.
or something, but we wrote that in the shadow of
Absolutely.
the 18 million plaques.
There was
definitely
definitely some good juju
Cool.
going on in that room,
Yeah.
man. That was unreal. So, yeah, again, thank you, Miss Phil. I know you're out there watching, for letting us come invade your space. We'll see you again soon, because we're going to come back up to the mountains and write some more songs. But this is my favorite part of the show, is when we get to dig into the chest
Ooh.
and try a new beer. Now, I've been drinking on this Happen Harry's Tennessee Lager.
This is empty. I need another one.
Perfect. I've been drinking on this
What do I need?
Tennessee Lager, man.
Is it good?
Oh, it's great. Let's open her up.
Cool.
We got some Fat Bottom. We got some Happen Harry's.
I'm gonna do the Happen Harry's, man.
Get it. I've been drinking that one. I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna grab this Pilsner here.
Ooh, look at that pretty girl on the
That wasn't
thing.
very
She
loud.
got a tattoo on her neck.
She does.
Look at
This
that.
is
What
a
is
Fat
that?
Bottom one.
Fat Bottom?
This is the Pilsner from Fat Bottom. It's got a pretty can. I love it. I'm going to try this one out. Next week, I'm going to switch gears. We're going to head over to Yazoo because Yazoo's got some fantastic beers over there, too. I tell you, I'm all about promoting local beers, local breweries being here in Tennessee. If y'all are from here, make sure y'all go check these things out. They are great. And
Happen Harry's. Tennessee
Happen
Lager.
Harry's. This is the Fat Bottom Pilsner. She's got a tattoo on her neck, so you know she means business.
Shall we?
Let's try one out. You ready?
Yeah, cheers.
It sounds so good.
Thanks
Once
for
you
having
hear
me,
it.
man.
Absolutely. So I'm going to play y'all a couple songs off my new stuff that's coming out. Woo!
I like this Happen Harry's.
That's
by the way.
good, man. This
Good
Pilsner's good. It's tasty. It's tasty. Look at that. I'm going to put it right here so y'all can see it. Mark, man, thanks so much for being on the show with me.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely, man. We're going to do it again.
Anybody that may have come over here to watch this thing from my following or whatever, man, go check out Adam. He's a great dude.
Absolutely.
He's a Marine, and I don't hold that against him.
Somebody's got to eat the
Anyway,
crowns.
Yeah, so.
And same
Yeah,
thing, man.
thanks for
Y'all go
having me,
check
man.
out Mark, Instagram, Facebook, at Mark Addison Chandler. And remember, this Friday, brand new single dropping on him. So, again, thank you for tuning in to
pre-save,
Beer
pre-order.
30. Pre-save, save, stream, buy. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you.
Well, welcome back to the stage, y'all. This next song I'm going to play for y'all is a song that I actually wrote with my guest, Mark Addison Chandler. This song is called Someone God Can Use. Well, you see just an addict with his bigger sign in traffic out your window on your way to pay your bills. His BDUs are ragged, his hair's long and matted. What you see is far from the man of steel. But that someone God can use, the same blood runs in him as me and you. The red words in the gospel tell us anything is possible. You bet your boots that someone God can use. The headline in the paper said a homeless man had saved her, braved the flames as he pulled her from her car. But buried in the story were his acts of selfless glory that earned him a Purple Heart and Silver Star. But that someone God can use, the same blood runs in him as me and you. The red words in the gospel tell us anything is possible. You bet your boots that someone God can use. Never see yourself as just a commoner. If he can save the world with a simple carpenter, then you're someone God can use. The same blood runs in him as me and you. The red words in the gospel tell us anything is possible. You bet your boots you're someone God can use. Bet your boots you're someone God can use. Well, you see just an addict with his beggar sign in traffic out your window on your way to pay your bills. Thank you all so much. And that song was one of the songs that got me on Sunday morning country at the Grand Ole Opry. And that was the first time I played at the Grand Ole Opry House. And again, as always, thank you so much for tuning in to Beer 30 on Mondays at 6:30. Because every Monday at 6:30 is Beer 30. And just like every show, we close her with Beer 30. So I'll see y'all next week, Monday at 6:30. Papa Top. Stopped by the bar about noon today. Said happy hour was 5 hours away. Hit the quick sack out back and I was okay. Cause there's 24:30s in every day. It's never too late, it's never too early. It's always half past, time to be thirsty. Beer 30. Stuffing my face with biscuits and gravy. Mother-in-law driving me crazy, starting to make me nervous and shaky. The Eddie's in the truck bed ready to save me. It's never too late, it's never too early. It's always half past, time to be thirsty. Beer 30. Anywhere and everywhere, anytime is chiller time. Mr. Minute Hand can be your friend when he's sitting between 7 and 5. A early bird or graveyard shifter, it's never work with a spirit lifter. Pop a silver top, get your taste buds pickled while waiting for the whistle to wet your whistle. It's never too late, it's never too early. It's always half past, time to be thirsty. Beer 30. Anywhere and everywhere, anytime is chiller time. Mr. Minute Hand can be your friend when he's sitting between 7 and 5. It's never too late, it's never too early. It's always half past, time to be thirsty. Beer 30. Beer 30. Oh, yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning into this week's episode of Beer 30 with my friend Mark Addison Chandler. I will see you on next Monday at 6:30, because every Monday at 6:30 is Beer 30. See y'all then.